one more log for myself so I can collect my thoughts and try and figure out what is going on with this game. So quite a few things have changed since the last one again. I'm not really sure if that's a bad thing or a good thing, changing between these logs so much. But I think it's still early days, still trying to figure out everything that shouldn't be there. I'm messing around with some sort of idea for a splash screen. Since I'm doing this part-time, I thought part-time games is kind of a cool name. I just threw this together in like 10 minutes, so not final for sure. Have to add some grayish colors and maybe some blue for the bottle and some brownish for the sand. But what has changed quite a bit is I made a few new mechanics. One of them, which you see here, is an elevator. Now, the elevator is not final. I put the basics in place and it's sort of working as I wanted to, but I've noticed some unexpected behaviors that I need to figure out. If I just do a quick little demo here. So this is the 4th level where presumably the character will have, or the player rather, will have already figured out all the mechanics. Like he knows how to dash, how to jump, how to double jump. So at this point, the player should be comfortable. It might not be level 4. It's still sort of in a let's see if all this stuff fits together kind of phase. And there I already see something is a bit strange. Why is this not... Oh, the tile map shifted for some reason. Oh, I actually can't show this right now. Well, maybe I can. So, in one of the videos, I mentioned that I'm trying to shift from one room to another. If I haven't mentioned that, I might as well just show you right now. I'm going to open up level 1 because I've fixed level 1 already. So what I implemented is a room shifting mechanic. I followed a few videos, but they didn't work as I expected them to work with my setup. So I had to write my own solution for this. So I'll actually go through the camera setup for this. But let me show you first what I'm talking about. So this is level 1, which will be the introduction to the game. This is how you get started. Let's make that larger. So we've got a character, we've got a little tutorial that says, hey, try moving around with the joypad or WASD on the keyboard. Actually, you can move the arrow keys as well, but I'll get to that. I don't know if I should write that too. Right, then we can run, and the camera, of course, doesn't follow the player. And I can't remember if I mentioned this in the last log, but what is happening in the background? The clouds, when the camera shakes, are coming in and out. What the heck is happening there? I just don't know. If you do hear a loud noise in the background, that is my dishwasher. I do apologize. Super professional. Pro recorder. Anyway, so the point was the camera doesn't follow the player, but when I leave the screen, the camera shifts one screen size for 480 pixels in this case. And it's pretty smooth. The background shifts out pretty nicely. It doesn't jitter. It doesn't show like a empty background for a split second. And this I had to sort of come up with my own solution because the ones that I did have just didn't work well enough. The tutorials that I found. They're fine in some cases, but for my specific setup, they didn't actually quite work as well as I wanted them to. So you can see the camera shifting nicely. Watch out for the spikes. The player just needs to jump. So no talk about double jump or dashing yet. Player is just sort of learning the controls, getting the feel of the character. And then lastly, it tells you, hey, get the key. Once you have the key, go to the next level. And that's it. Now, if you look there, there's nothing because I had to change the way that the camera behaves. So the camera defaults to being centered. If you take a look at the origin, the anchor mode, here it is, anchor mode. So this is the game camera. It's a 2D camera. And its anchor mode is default drag center. But what that caused to happen when I was calculating the location of the player was always in the wrong place. well, it initially felt like that because I wasn't sure what was going on. So the player actually was calculated from the center of the camera. So if the player was at node 0, 0, the coordinates I would get for the global position turned out to be minus 270 minus 135, because that's half of not 270, 240. So that's half of 480 and half of 270. So I got these coordinates. So first I had to do this calculation to normalize the player position, and then I could do the calculations, and everywhere I had to either divide or multiply out to get the correct coordinates. So putting the camera as top left totally solved that problem for me, because now I can just get the position, and I say, well, if the player's position X is greater than the current screen, so I've got a variable up here where I keep track of the current screen, up there, it's a vector 2. So I keep track of the current screen, and then if the current screen's X position plus the screen size is less than the current player X position, that means the player is out of the visible screen. He's to the right. Right, so this is out to the right. If the X of the player is less than the current screen, he's out to the left. If the player Y is greater than the current screen plus the screen size, out to the bottom. And lastly, if the player Y is less than the current screen, it means it's out of the top of the view, out of the top. Right, so that, and then I simply say, well, then in that case, the current screen, so if the player is out to the right, the current screen is the current screen position plus the screen size. So if the screen was 0, 0, and the player moved out to the right of the screen, the new screen size would be, or the new current screen would be 480, 0. So 480 on the x-axis and 0 on the y-axis. This way, the camera just simply moves to the player. And then I've got this update screen method that gets the x position of the camera, the y position of the camera, creates a vector 2 for the new position, and then simply lerps the global position. In other words, it smoothly moves to that position. It doesn't just instantly go there. Now, this little trick here, I have a link for this. I'll post it in the description that talked about this solution and why this works well and why it doesn't jitter. It's actually a very, very nice way to smoothly move. Why can't I say smooth today? Smooth. It smoothly moves from the current position to the new position, which is exactly what we want here. So that's the code for moving the camera. And then this is the code for checking if the camera is in the current view. I should probably move this out into its own function, since it's sort of isolated on its own, right? It doesn't need to live over there. So it's probably nice if you could have like a function, check screen bounds or update current screen or something, just to be a bit more semantic rather than have all this code in here. So update screen should actually be moved to new screen or something. And then we should have a find current screen function. But okay, I think that'll probably be nicer than having it. But naming is hard, right? It's so hard to choose the right names because it's so ambiguous if you say update screen. What does update screen mean? It's too vague. And then there's these leftover methods that I had when the camera was still following the player. And there as well, get the target position from the node. Right, so this does exactly what this is doing. This here. So I actually already have this in a function. Right, that's exactly the same code. Nodes, get tree, get nodes and group. Get nodes and group. If the node is greater than 0, get the current node, target position equals that. So what I'm going to do here, maybe, get target position from node. let's return because this is not getting the target position. This is setting the target position, right? Because we're actually setting the target position. So what does this do? Found target player. Ah, oh, it's actually calling that function. So this is good. Yeah, this is good. I can just do this. Set target position. Target position equals node.global position. Player nodes.global position. This is doing exactly the same. But this code, this code should run in that if statement here. This is returning true, otherwise it's returning false. So I could potentially set this to return a boolean as well, and then return this. Or return false. So if I found the target, oh, right, what's this doing? This is, oh, no, this is something else, right? So this is part of the, this is part of the death scene. So the camera follows the player when he dies, so it doesn't move around. But this is all irrelevant now because I'm not following the player anymore. But I don't want to move this code because I'm thinking of doing a scene where the player is floating up in the air and he has to dodge certain obstacles. So I don't want to remove this code yet. Okay, so I'll just leave it like this for now. I don't want to conflict names and confuse myself later down the line. Because I started working on this room system and I didn't really think to change this. Is there a line comment in GD script? GD script, not a line comment, a block comment. You select the lines you want, Control K. It looks like a comment script in the editor. Oh, so let's comment out everything from there to there. I'm actually calling the set. Oh, this should also be out because I'm not doing this. Right, so no errors. And then let's put a little to do here. To do refactor. Refactor. To do's. Yeah, developers definitely go back to those. That's for sure. That's some technical debt right there. Technical debt for me. Collect later. Okay, now with those names out of the way, I think I should be able to come up with some better names here. So let's create a function, and I'll call this something. Set current screen, right? Because that's what I'm doing. Set current screen. And don't think we need to return anything for now. And I'm literally, for now, just moving all this out. And then set current screen. Of course, we need the delta. We need the delta to be passed because we're using that in our update screen calculation. Let's just put this as a float so we can start using those types. Set current screen expected call, expected at most 0. Oh, it needs to be here as well. Didn't get much sleep last night. Probably not a good idea to write any code right now. Okay, and then rule, put 2 spaces between functions as per the documentation. And let's put a nice little disgusting comment there. I hate this kind of stuff, but I'm so used to languages with curly braces. My brain still can't process the lack of curly braces. It's still quite confusing. You know what they could have done, which would be nice? If I click on this line, just draw a soft, really light line down to where the if statement ends. Sort of like other languages do, or other IDEs do. So when you click this, it just draws a soft little line to where this if statement ends. That would be amazing already. I mean, they've got the collapse feature, so clearly they've got the information about where it starts and ends. So that would be super, I think. Just click there, a light little line to show me where the if statement starts and ends. Same for a function. Anyway, I'm ranting about rubbish. And cool. The other thing I wanted to do is show you my little spit enemy. So he's right there at the moment. So I'm going to duplicate that enemy. Let's move it over here. Let's rotate it this way. And since I've rotated, I need to tell it which way it's going to fire. So you'll see I put a little enum over here. So it's firing down. And then let's put one more. Yeah, let's do one more. Put that there. Now they can overlap. So I've removed them from each other's layers so they won't mess with each other. Then the player, I'm going to move over there so they don't start firing immediately. So you'll see there is a collision box here. I initially had 3 raycasts, but then I had to check all 3 raycasts. And just having an area 2D seemed like a much simpler approach. So I've got this area 2D that I've added to a detect player layer, or mask rather. And if the player collides with this mask, the enemy triggers and starts firing. And then the enemy has here, you'll see, if I just click on one of these quick, it has a interval. So it's an attack interval per second. So I wonder how you add comments like that. That would be useful to put there in seconds. When I look at this in 6 months, I'm not like, is it milliseconds? Is it minutes? What is this? So let's see. I guess it's called GD script export doc comments, maybe. That's what I would call it in documentation comments. Example, brief tutorial, title here. Is that maybe that? Let's look for the export. Oh, what is this? Remember, if it has an annotation, should immediately precede it. That looks like TypeScript. What is this? Add export. Can I do it differently? I mean, I'm happy with the syntax that I have here. Look at me getting distracted. Because right now it's like this. Does that mean I can put an @ symbol there? What version of the docs is this? Looks like the latest version. Interesting. Ooh, BB code. I think, yeah, that's the other stuff. Use code block, always 4 spaces. Yeah, I don't see anything. Exports. Oh yeah, this is it. Oh, you put the @ symbol there. Why am I not using this syntax? What's the difference? In Godot, class members can be exported, which may get resource seen they're attached to. The @ export annotation. Basic usage with the type. Works with resource types. @ export enum. Look at that. That's super nice. Editor will enumerate. All right, but now what I'm looking for is adding comments. That would be useful to have, right? Nodes, no, that's not right. Resources, no. Exporting bit flags, set any given editor, no. Exporting arrays, no. Setting exported variables from tool script, advanced exports. Ooh, and that's it. I wonder if just adding a comment above it is enough. See if I search for export on this page. Well, let's just try and add an export. I mean a comment. So attack interval. Attack interval in seconds. Save. Click on the enemy. No, that didn't do it, right? Well, if anyone knows, let me know. This is something that I'm curious. I really want to figure out how to do this. But, right, test level. Wow, man, I get easily distracted. Hope you don't mind. So we've got our level set up here. We've got 1, 2, 3 enemies, the player over there, and the collider boxes over there. If I run the scene, so the enemies are currently just chilling out. They're not doing anything. As soon as I move into the space of one of them, they start firing. They've got this little spit coming out of their mouth, which I still need to fine tune. So run, run, run. And if I leave and enter, they immediately fire again. So you can end up with this, like this one on the left is like firing like crazy. And initially I thought, this is not right. But the more I played with it, the more I actually think I like it. It makes it feel a little more random. And if you run into the bullet, it actually kills you. Yeah, so that's the new enemy. So I can use this any direction, obviously not diagonal, but any of the 4 basic directions: up, left, down, and right. And I think it'll make for some interesting little tricks to get through. Then level 4. Let's actually take a look at level 4, right? So here is the current level. But the whole camera is shifted to be top left. Now the camera was centered, which then worked with this level. Now I'm wondering if I just real quick for the demo's sake, just move this tile map there, because that's more or less where it was. Then I have to take everything else, the enemy, all the spikes. Yeah, gotta do control click, that's great. And I just shift it down as well. It should line up, right? Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so then move tool. So let's see if I put it, I remember the spikes were over there. The spikes line up, the doors line up, the elevators line up. Everything seems to line up fine. Okay, let's give this a little test run. Oh, the flag and the key need to move. So the flag, I believe the flag was behind the locked door. The key, I believe, was over here. Checkpoint's fine. Player then needs to move to here. And do we have any other rogue elements? Doesn't look like it. Let's see what happens. Looks alright. Let's see. So the elevators are super simple right now. They're not great. You'll see it already moved. So I need to put some sort of delay. When you stand on the elevator, there should be like a 1 to 2 second delay. It shouldn't just immediately start moving. It feels a bit jarring if it just starts moving. So you jump on the elevator, it takes you up. Great, camera still works. And then we've got the checkpoint here. So if I die, I can restart. Now you see the spikes are sort of raised, so I didn't align it perfectly right, which might cause some problems. We'll see. I can dash through, and the screen shift works great. I'm so happy with that. Down the elevator. And then we need to get our key. Cool. And then elevator. And I thought this was quite a bit more challenging. So you've got the enemy that respawns, and then also the spikes that you have to dash through to open the door. So you can dash, jump, dash, open the door. Then you have to time it. You can't just go for it. So dash, and then you can go down the elevator, and voila. Cool. I think that turned out right. The elevators, like I said, I think they should have a bit of like a delay when you jump on the elevator. It's a bit too sudden, I think. Just jumping and boom, there you go. Because it feels a bit like, whoa, ah, come on. Restart, what? I think it's because I just played the scene. So play the scene. Let's see, it feels a bit sudden, and there's no way to control it. Like if you're up and you're going up, you're going up. You can jump on it again and it reverses direction. And I don't know if I want to allow that. Maybe I should just disable it once you've reached your position. No, right, because that would break the elevator on the right hand side there. And one thing I also just noticed is I sort of sink into the elevator when it's going up. When it's down, it's fine, but when it's going up, I'm sort of almost standing on the flames. And then when it stops, I'm in the right position again. Down, it's fine. But up, not so much. Probably find a way to solve that. Yeah, that's a new mechanic, the elevator mechanic. It was I actually initially used the tween, which is what I used for the moving platform. But it didn't work because if I jumped off there and I now want to reverse the elevator with a tween, it would go down and then suddenly end up in the top position because the tween animation can't stop completely. You can reset it, but then it just jumps back to the position where it started. So that wasn't great. So I went and did my own thing. Let's take a look at the elevator. So the elevator code, I actually drew that sprite myself. I was quite proud of that. It came out way nicer than I thought. So that's the elevator area. So if the player is in here, the elevator will start moving. And then, like I said, I need to add some sort of delay. So it's got a duration, how fast it moves. I don't think I even used that because I started using the moving platform code, but then it didn't quite work as I thought it would. So all I did, I took the base position, which is this base elevator over there, and I moved it toward the location where it should be. And then if it's moving forward and it's at the move location, it should stop moving and we reset the direction. And this is just the opposite. So here somewhere, somewhere there should be some sort of delay, right? When it moves for the first time, it shouldn't just play immediately. It should actually just kind of stop for a few seconds. So we can use a yield and just create a timer, but I have to know if it's the first time that it's moving. Is it a new state? And we did something similar in the player. Oh, I did something similar in the player. It was part of a course that I did, so I don't know if I can replicate it without actually looking at the code because I'm a little inexperienced. But if we take a look at this isNewState property, there we go. So let's find all the references to that. So we process, we match using a sort of a switchy statement, I suppose. Yeah, no, I suppose it is. It is similar to a switch statement. And I set isNewState to false. Where I set this, so I changed the state. So I've got an actual change state method where I set it to true. And then anywhere I change the state. So let's see, change state. It simply sets it to true. and then false in the process. So perhaps I could do something similar. So let's try and replicate that. So let's create a is state new equals false. And let's make sure to have a Boolean over there. Is state new. And then lots of errors decided to pop up. Wow, what is that about? What is this? It's not finding the position of the base. Okay, well, it's working, so I'm not going to stress about that too much. So here we can say is moving is true. And then let's also, just for the sake of keeping it the same, let's make a function change state. And then moving is a bool. This is a void method. And then is moving equals to bool is state new equals to true. And then at the end of the process method, we set that immediately to is state new equals false. Whoops, moving. So instead of doing this, we can say here, change state, and then this would become true. Change state, this would become false. I actually don't know if I want to do this. When you jump off the elevator, it's, yeah, it should, right? It should stop moving if you're not on the elevator. Then, if is state new, we can say yield get tree, create timer, and let's do it for 2 seconds. Time out. So if the state is new, wait with the code execution. I don't know if you can nest the yield in an if statement. We'll see if this works. And then it's always set to false. Let's give that a go. So let's open level 4. Let's run level 4 and see. It should then take 2 seconds before it starts moving. 1, 2. Whoa, and then it speeds through, right? Because the duration because of the duration, I suppose. Because of the duration is 1 second. 1 second's already passed. I'm actually surprised at moving so slow in that case. So the duration defaults to 1 second. So let's try and alter this duration for one of the elevators. Let's go for that one. Elevator, let's set the duration is 5 seconds, because then it goes to 3 seconds, I suppose. So let's make it 2 seconds 7, right? So that would compensate for the 2 seconds that it waits. So now it should be slower. No, it's still fast. Oh, because I'm not using the duration. I need to use the duration. I'm not applying the duration anywhere. Times 80. What does this even mean? Let's change duration to speed, because duration was for... Let's swap these around. No, that's fine. Let's change duration to speed. Default it to 100. It was 80. And then in level 4, let's do 100. Let's see how that goes. Hard-coded values, man. Or magic numbers, as they're called. So let's see if that solves that. It should be slower now since I put it to 100. No, it still looks about the same, right? Let's put it to some ridiculous number like 250. Will that make a difference? Let's just make sure I've got this. So if position forward true, delta times speed. Speed is 100, but we've set it to that one, first one to 250. Surely that should make a difference. Should it? I don't know. Oh, it's going faster. Why is my brain reversing this value? So it's speeding up instead of slowing down. Oh, yes, of course. It's speeding up. So this number should be smaller. Like 10? Let's set it to 10 as well. Let's reset it to 10. 10. I saved it right. Sometimes you need to switch the scenes for the values too. Weird. Okay, 10. It's now 10. So that one is now 10. Let's see if that solves that problem. Look at me guessing numbers. Oh yeah, that's much nicer. That's so slow, but that's having the effect. So what is that? Just watching the elevator move. It's kind of relaxing in a weird way. Should definitely play some elevator music. Have one elevator that's ridiculously slow, maybe at the end of the level, and have some elevator music playing. So let's try 20. Because that's clearly too slow. We can find a default value. Maybe I think 20 would be double the speed. And it also doesn't... Whoa. What happened there? Why did it slow down? Is it colliding with the sides? Is that what's happening? Yeah, I think so. I think it's colliding. No, because it would speed up there as well. What the heck? This is clearly my lack of vector math knowledge. Why is it slowing down after a certain position? Is it because I'm moving towards the position and the closer I get, the less effect this would have? But surely that doesn't... I think that might be it, right? Because I'm getting closer to the position, which means the speed that that's moving at would change. Because the position is now smaller, so I'm guessing it's using this to calculate moving to that position. Maybe I shouldn't use the move toward function. Well, I'll solve that later. Right now, I just want to try and get a default value. So 35 to, let's try 40. Might actually be better. So let's put that there. Elevator to 40. See if that moves the elevator a bit quicker. And I'm interested to see if that also does the slowdown. Yeah, right halfway. Something forces it to slow down. And now it's broken. Whoa. Gone and broken my elevator. I wonder if it has to do with the yield that I just added or if it's something else. Maybe the state doesn't change properly. It's got to be to do with the move towards function, right? Down she goes. All right. I'm not sure why that's happening. So it's clearly something. Where's my elevator? It's something here. It has to be. because the state doesn't change. Oh. Is moving false. State false is moving false. There we go. Let's see if that feels any different. Wow, man. That little boost towards the end. I didn't notice a slowdown that time, did I? Maybe it was in the screen transition. I didn't actually pay attention. Yeah, there it is. Halfway through. It just sort of slows down. And if I jump and return, it does that again. Slow, fast. Weird. Any of you big brains out there know what's causing this? Maybe this is not the best way to move the position. I'm still unclear, to be quite honest with you, the difference between position and base position. Oh, global position, rather. I'm still quite unclear. If I change this to global position, will that have any effect? But then I assume I need to take into consideration the transform. Right, so let's see what effect that has, just for my own sanity. What is happening? Oops. That's not right. It's not moving. Why is it moving when it's not moving? Is moving. It's not even playing and it's moving. It's going to 0, 0 for the global position. It's going to the global position, which is 0, 0, because it's set move from 0, 0 to that, which is why we had to use the local position. I see. I see. I think I see. Okay, so let's not do the global position, because it clearly didn't work. But why does that happen here? Look at this. And it's constantly logging. Invalid index position on base nil. But of course it's null. What if I do is moving and base? Will that clear the error? No. So why is base? It's a node 2D. It's a node 2D. Elevator base. What if I remove the type? Will that remove the error message? No. Oh, is base not? Maybe. Oh, you know what? How do you rename a variable? Do I have to do it manually? Yeah. Maybe. Elevator. I think it might be a global variable. Maybe I'm trying to change a global variable. Maybe it's a reserved name and it's left base somewhere. Line 34. Elevator base, it's not base. Maybe I need to switch. 34, there's no base on line 34. It's elevator base. I don't know why this is happening. I think this is a bug in the editor. It has to be. Right, since I'm not using Delta. It's gotta be. What if I quit? Because I've now renamed it, but it doesn't seem to reflect the rename. Because if I do find base dot, it's only elevator base. There's no base dot position. Let's quit the editor, reopen it, and see if that solves the problem. Okay, open elevator. Where are you? Go to the script, output. It's gone. That was it. Yeah, it must have been. So base must be a global reserved name of some sort. Now the error message is gone. Good to know. Cool. That clearly still does not solve my problem, though, of it speeding up and slowing down. I still don't know what's causing that. And I don't think I'm going to find out in this video, but we'll see. Should probably stop this video. It's been too long. Yeah, there it is. Just stops. It's got to be, right? It's got to be the distance. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. And it didn't yield there. It didn't stop. It just started immediately. So that clearly is not. I've certainly made it worse in some way or other. I'll find a better way to do this. I've definitely made this worse. So not working. Oh, there's back. Never mind. Error message is back. As soon as I saved, it just popped up again. And it's complaining about line 34. Is it something inside of the move toward function? Like if I comment that out. I'm not sure, it should do it for that one there too. $41. Now it's complaining about this one, but not that one. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'm tired. I have given up. I'm gonna stop the video. I'll continue later. At least the elevator looks cool, I think. That's a start. I'll find a better way to move the body of the elevator so it doesn't have that weird slowdown. The move towards seemed like a good idea, but it's kind of, it feels a bit like a magic box, right? Like what's it doing in there? Why is it speeding up? Why is it slowing down? I might just manually change the position and then check, is it equal to or greater than the current position that I'm targeting? If so, stop moving. But then I have to think about up and down and left and right, and we'll see. Maybe I'll do what I did for the enemies and make it enum and let it move up or down, and that's all. So then I can do an if check to see if it's moving up. Well, technically I already have the if statement for the forward, so I can use that maybe. If it's up, increase the Y, or decrease rather. If it's down, increase the Y. That might be the easiest solution for now. Let's actually comment this out then, because this is not working. Let's do func move platform. Actually move elevator. And let's clean this up a little bit. So let's make a export direction var direction. Let's make an enum direction, which will only be up or down, because that's an elevator. Can't go sideways. Maybe I will make it go sideways later. And then, so if moving, I'll do the yield later. If moving, if direction is equal to direction dot up, I'm going to go to my bullet, the projectile, because I've got some code there that I just want to steal for a sec. This. And we just want to move the elevator base. In fact, I'm going to just rename this because I don't like the elevator body. Oops. And let's rename this to elevator body. And then we can paste this in, and instead of position plus equals transform, we'll say elevator dot position elevator dot transform. And it's complaining that nothing. Okay, so this is going up, which means we should do minus equals transform y. Oh wait, this should be in this function. If moving, move elevator. Let's actually move this up. And then this we can say old process code. Kind of broken. More technical debt. Moving isn't declared. That should be is moving. And then this needs to shift back. So let's see. If it's going up, transform delta. I don't need to invert the speed. I don't know why I inverted the speed there. I think because I wanted to go left. I'll see if that's a mistake. We can literally just copy this part. Minus equals there. What's it complaining about? Delta isn't declared in the scope. Sure, let's add the delta. Delta of type float. And the position thing is back. I just don't understand it. It's got to be something with this, right? So then if elevator dot position is greater than or equal to move to is moving equal to false. So we're going to take this move elevator. If the direction is up, we're going to reduce the y because we want to move the body upwards by the speed times the delta. So it's frame, well, based on the computer. So it doesn't go like a crazy speed on fast computers and slow on slower computers. then if the position of the elevator is greater than or equal to move to, is moving is false. Can I compare two vectors like that? I just don't know. Let's see how that affects the result. It should still work since I... Oh, elevator base has been renamed to elevator body, elevator body, elevator body. We'll actually have the body over here, but I don't want to use that. So I'm going to get rid of that for now. I'm so confused about that error message. Boop. Perfect. Move. Look at it moving. Wow, that's amazing. Best move ever. Oh, right. If it's moving up, it needs to be less than or equal to move to, because we're going upwards, not downwards. Oh. This is moving is false. Why does it default to true? That's weird. I wonder if that caused all the problems in the previous code. Surely not, because very, very peculiar. All right, let's see. Now it should not move until I jump in. Yeah, this seems a bit more reliable, right? Stop. Perfect. Yeah, I'm going to do this instead. So let's do the same. I'm going to just whack all this code. We can worry about this. Rewrite it. No more technical debt for me. Now, I'm sure there is a much better way to do this, but I just don't care. So if direction is equal to direction dot down, we're going to copy this and then plus equals move from dangerous what I'm doing here. That means I need to switch the direction. I need to switch the direction to direction dot down. Why isn't it giving me down? Oh, because I have a typo. And then here, I need to switch it to direction dot up. And then we'll have two more if statements, one for left and one for right. So plus equals y will make it go down. If the position, this time I'm going down. So if the position is so if I'm moving up and the position is less than the move to, less than or equal to move to, if I'm at 0, 0, and I need to move down, yeah, this is right. So I need to flip this because I'm moving down, so that the y-axis will actually get bigger. And while it's still bigger, it needs to move up, right? So this is right. So that hopefully then flips the direction, and I can get rid of this is moving forward Boolean, which is totally pointless at this point. Yeah, get rid of that. Clean up code. I like clean code. You wouldn't say it from looking at this, but okay. Up, up we go. The slowest elevator in the history of the game. And hopefully now the direction is flipped. And if I jump on now, it should go down. It's not elegant, but I think it works. This, and it stops, and it moves. Stop, move, stop, move. And it doesn't slow down, right? Which I think is the important thing here. It feels more reliable. It feels like I have more control. It's not a black box of code that I don't actually know what's happening. Yeah, fine. I'm going with this. I think the speed can be a little faster. So let's put the default speed at 50. Let's go to level 4, design view, go to the elevator, number 1, switch this to 50. It first needs to go up. This first needs to go up. Why? Hang on. Why is the transform not right? It should be in line with that transform. Elevator area. Why is this over here? Weird. Let's put that there. So this is the area where the player can go, and then the collision shape, you can see it in the back. Let's just move it in front of the sprite real quick. There. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit like that. Hopefully that'll stop him from sinking in too much. But if he's standing, if it's going down, he's going to look like he's floating on the thing. Yeah, that looks better. And then, okay, so that needs to go down first. So let's move this one up. That needs to go down. Speed of 100. That might be a little fast. And this one, of course, is probably also 100. So let's put that to 50. Okay, let's give this a test run. I think we have something that should work fine. Ah, that actually looks fine. The collision is much better. And we'll see when we go down in the next one. Let's get this going. Oof. Is broken. I did a break. So this elevator number 2 is going down. Move from, let's reset that position. Move 2. That looks fine. Let's drop the player right here so we don't have to run all the way every time. Come to me. Here we go. Hello, player. Yeah. So why did this elevator stop moving instantaneously? And the other one works. I mean, we saw it switch from one to the other. That means there's a logic fail in this code. So if direction is down and it is moving, elevator.position plus equals y times speed times delta. If the elevator's position is greater than move from, move to, because I'm moving down, it doesn't matter, yeah, right? So it needs to be moved to. Oh, but here is a big fail. Yeah, I'm gonna have to manually check. I didn't think this through, did I? Just winging it. Because now, when the elevator goes up, initial, so its initial state is up, it should go down once it reaches the top. But it's going to go down to the move to position. But if the initial state is down, it should still go to the move to. Then it shouldn't swap positions. So this is not quite working as I thought it should. I don't know how to solve this immediately. Dang it. So if I play this now, the down should actually work. Yeah, thought so. That's exactly the problem. And you can see he is actually floating on the elevator. So we need to just maybe drop that collision one down. And he won't go up because that up position, since I flipped, needs to now be moved from rather. So how will I do this easily without overthinking it? So if the so maybe I should make a target position is a vector 2, and that's vector 2 dot 0. So the target position will initially be move 2. So target position initially will be move 2. And this could be up or down or anything. Then this should be target position, target position. If I'm moving up, so if my initial direction was up, and I need to go down right now, my target position will be move from. If I was going down, no, this is going to be the same problem, right? It's going to be exactly the same problem. It won't solve the problem. I'm doing the exact same thing, just with more variables. So if I've reached the top, well, okay, I'm going up. I'm starting at the bottom, moving from. I've reached the top. I need to go down. Then it's the move from position. But let's say I've started going down, so my initial state is down, so I move down. When I've reached the bottom, move from should be my target position. Could this work? I think I'm going to do exactly the same. Like, I'm not thinking clearly. I think this might... Because I'm never going move to. Right? Yeah, I'm not ever setting it to move to. So I need to know what my initial direction is. So I shouldn't update this direction. I should update it because I need to know if I'm going up or down. But that's actually where I suppose that stupid moving forward variable is true. Then forward doesn't matter if it's up or down. I'm just going forward. So moving forward equals now false. Should always be false, I suppose. Then we can say if moving forward is equal to false, target position equals to move from, else target position equals move to. What a convoluted solution. Does it work though? That's the real question. It's going down. That's a good start. It was going down, so that's not too exciting, is it? Hey, it's working. Now, I am convinced I broke it. So it worked one shot. It worked one shot. Oh, right. Should I just flip this from whatever it was? Doesn't matter what it was. Will this do the trick? Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong button. Will this do the trick? So if it was moving forward, it's moving backward. If it was moving backwards, it's now moving forwards. Okay, I'll fix the floaty problem. It's going up. I think that's going to be the same thing. Yeah, same thing, right? It's the exact same problem. Ugh, my brain is not working tonight. I think this is probably way more simpler than I'm making it out to be. It can have two directions, either up or down. I need to know if it's going up or down. And then I need to know if it's going forward or backwards. So if it's going up, actually, I'm not sure why this doesn't work. Because if we started going up, we go up, we reach to the top, which means we're not moving. We should now start going down. And if moving was true, it now becomes false. We go down. If moving is false, our target position is moved from. All right, it goes up, comes in, direction is down, so it won't go there. Direction is down. Our target position is moving down. Our target position will be from. So if it's greater than, let me just mute that phone. If it's greater than target position, because it's going down, it's false. Then the direction becomes up. Then, if I'm moving forward, which is currently false, moving forward will now become true. If moving forward is true, I need to move 2. And then back up, direction up, target position is moved. Yeah, I feel like this should actually work. And I'm not sure why it's not working. Let's see if we can put a label in here. Debug label. And direction. Well, let's say debug text. Debug. And let's put that there. Oh, top right. Okay, let's put it there. Font. Yeah, let's just get our resources. Put our font in there. There. There's our debug text. So then, let's over here, the move elevator. Actually, every process. Let's do debug text dot text equals to direction Ooh, will that work? I don't know. Plus moving forward plus moving forward. Cannot use string in an int. Yeah. Okay, so let's say if direction dot up That's all I need to know, right? Am I moving forward or up? Invalid on. Can I cast that to a string? Who knows? Yeah, I can. Nice. I hope that'll show true or false. Okay, let's run this and see what monstrosity did I create. Invalid index up. Well, equals to direction dot up. Okay, let's jump in and see if we see some text there. Oh, come on. Debug text. Let's put it under us. Can I do multi-line? Auto wrap? Let me make it smaller somehow. Yeah. So size X, let's make it 100. We don't actually need the dash. We can get rid of the dash. That should auto wrap. Okay, let's try this again. Wow, this is taking way longer than I would have hoped. Okay. Direction down, moving forward, true. Good. Oh no, it's not following the body. I need to attach it to the body so it can move with the text. Moving forward was false. Forward is not resetting. Direction up, moving. Oh, so it doesn't reverse. Why isn't that reversing? If direction is up, if the elevator position is less than or equal to the target position, moving is false, direction is down, moving is the opposite. So it's not reaching that code for some reason. This needs to be part of the body. It's not reaching this code. Print. Stop moving up. Stop moving down. I'm actually gonna hope that this works. Ah, oh, what the heck? Oh, because it's in a different place now. Okay. Forward is true. Print. Stop moving down. Get off. Jump up. Moving up. Forward is false. That is both correct. Ooh. Stop moving up. Stop moving down. It went into both if statements. Is moving is false. So why did it trigger this code if is moving is set to false? Something weird is happening here. If is moving is false. So it shouldn't even get into this code. Oh, right. But still, I don't understand. So it switches to down. Then it is down. Should I just do is moving and is moving and then remove the is moving from here, and I hope that solves it. Should probably check the is moving variable too. That's it. Haha, that took long enough. I might skip over this a little bit. So the problem was it was immediately going into both if statements, causing it to freak out. So if I jump off, it should still work fine. I did it. Great success. It feels a little convoluted, I'll be honest. And it's not stopping at the right place. So the move from seems to be a little incorrect. I wonder if I can print... can I do a new line here? Is that how this works? Can I do this? So many buttons on my keyboard. Let's just see if that does actually print a new line. Yeah, it does work. Okay, because what I want to do then is say, okay, plus new line position is then plus elevator dot position dot y, because that's all I'm caring about now. And then I'll also, for this, disable auto wrap because I want to see it on the new line. And let's do the same for this over here. I still don't know why it can't get the position. It's so frustrating. I'm assuming that must be an editor bug. Level 4. Oh, I need to string this as well. To string to string and string. I want to see why it's not stopping at the right place. Other than that, I think I'm gonna leave it as it is for now. Oh, playing the elevator scene. Level 4, play. Let's see. So there's our position, 0. Move down. So in the editor, the position should be 29. Oh, that's actually perfectly correct. So let's put the, oh, that's perfect. It is working. Let's do 320. That's too much. Let's do 300. So it looks like that'll be the top of the elevator. Yeah, that's good. 322 maybe, just to get that pixel down on the platform, and maybe shift it up a little bit because you see it's actually going past 0.0. I wonder if I should floor that somehow. So let's make this 2. Cool. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm gonna leave that on. And that should then fix all the elevators, right? If I take the player and put him back here, we can actually just take elevator 1, move it down a tiny bit, and then it jumps down. Make sure it's high enough, maybe a bit too high. So let's put it to 290, 290, 288. And then the last one over here, it looks okay. That's way too high. So take elevator 3. I'm moving the wrong elevator. Oh, I'm moving the retractable door. Oopsie. It still looks okay. Elevator 3. And it should go higher for sure. 142. 144. 5 even. Yeah. Let's try this. Let's give this a test run. I'm feeling way more happy about the elevator now. There's some text at the bottom. Don't know what that's about. Oh, it's it's the engine in the background. There we go. Checkpoint dash dash. Look at my elevator moving down. Okay, I can still go up a little bit, but that's fine. Little tweaks. People will figure that out. Oh, that elevator is too close to the screen transition. Whoop, dang it. That's hard. Shit. I'm struggling with my own level. That's good, I suppose. No, I'm jumping. Oh, you know what happened? I put the collision box a little bit bigger for the player. Because what happened with the bullets, he was dodging a lot of the bullets. I should maybe make a bullet collision. Yeah, this is too hard. Way too hard. I can't even get past there. I should make the collision box separate for the bullet. And then just reduce the size of the hazard collision box. This is impossible. I don't think I can get through here. Yeah, right. Look, my dash isn't far enough. Oh, that was a close one. But yeah, for sure, I should reduce, or maybe just make it smaller one tile. That should work. What if I make it one tile smaller? So maybe make it one tile smaller. Get rid of that spike. Get the player over here. See if that's doable. Actually, you can see that the spikes are, in any case, these ones should go down a bit. I can just actually reduce, you know what? I'm not going to reduce the size of the collision box of the player. I'll just reduce the collision box of the spikes. Easy. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Actually, I might just leave it like this. That was quite easy. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I feel accomplished. I fixed my elevators. They are way more reliable. I've got more control and some debugging set up. It's been too long. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and let me know if you want to playtest. I'll put a link to the latest build. Probably won't be up to date, which is a problem, but I'll see how I can handle that.